How's it going today, guys? Trucks and Water here, and as you can see in the thumbnail and title of this video, we'll be going over how to build a 3rd gen Tacoma like mine for $5,000 for your perfect daily driver, weekend warrior, anything Tacoma basically. Now, disclaimer, you can add and subtract to this kind of layout. Now when I say that, this is my kit. This is what I put on the truck. That does not include some cosmetic stuff I've done to the truck. This is just what I think the essentials on a daily driver / everyday weekend warrior, whatever you want to call it, 3rd gen Tacoma. Now you can do different parts, you can do this, but it'll get you around in the ballpark of a build of kind of like this nature. So the first thing we're going to start out with is the 3.5-inch lift kit I have on this Tacoma. Now I did a full review video on that, so go check that out if you want to. But it's got a 3.5-inch lift with the Vortex upgraded coilovers in the front and the reservoir shocks in the rear, 1-3 adjustability and all that nature. Now this kit's a little bit over $2,500 for this kit. That's before installation. Like I said, like in the beginning of this video, guys, everything I talk about is before installation. So you have to have the cost if you have someone install it, or you do it yourself and save some money. But you don't have to go with these shocks. You can also get different shock upgrades. This is the premium shock package Rough Country promotes. You don't have to do this kit and save you some money. But this is the height to clear a 33 that I only rub a tiny bit right inside here at full lock. I don't have to, didn't trim anything. I took the front air dam off because they look stupid anyways, but no trim, and it clears 33s no problem. So that's the first thing on the list. The next thing on the list is these Falcons. Now these Falcons are the Wild Peak AT3W tires. They discontinued these. They had the AT4, which is an upgrade from these. So if you can find a set of these AT3Ws, get them. If not, just upgrade to the AT4s. You won't regret it. I absolutely love these tires. They did not allow me to get stuck in the deep snow we got this past winter. Everything of that nature. They ride fantastic on the interstate. There's a little bit of tiny road noise, but not much. But these will run you, the AT4s, I looked them up, they will run you anywhere between $1,000 to $1,200 for a set. The next thing on the list is underneath the hood. Now that will be a cold air intake. This one is from Rough Country also. Is $129, and it's a great upgrade for these 3rd gen Tacomas. It allows this truck to breathe better. You'll get better MPG, which I done a video on that a little bit in the past if you want to go look up that video. It's just a really good option for these 3.5 liters, opens them up and everything like that. Highly recommend it. Now, come over here, I have a catch can. This filters out all the oil that comes through your PCV valve. It doesn't allow the oil and crud to go back into your motor to be burned up. Collects it. I empty it every 5,000 miles. Barely anything in there, probably right about there on top of the catch can. But this is a great option also. This one is by J&L OSC Oil Separator Co. It runs you about $169 for this one, but there's other options you can get besides this one, but they all function the same. Another thing that's a good option is a bed cover for your truck. This is a Rough Country roll-up one, so this is a soft cover that rolls all the way up to the back glass of the window, so you have full access to your bed. This is a great option if you want easy access to your bed and stuff like that. It'll run you about $179. Now, it's not security proof. Someone could cut into this and steal something inside of it, but it's good to block out the weather from anything you have stored inside the bed. The next one is this in-bed mounted toolbox. Now I just have this thing strapped in the Tacoma, but this is a great option to keep underneath your tonneau cover. That way you can carry tools, recovery equipment, whatever the case might be. It's locking, of course. These usually run about $100, $120 for this one on Amazon. It's nothing fancy. You can get a fancier one if you want to, but you don't have to. This is a great option, guys. About 120 bucks to keep stuff secure and safe also. And it's weatherproof if you don't have a tonneau cover. All right, the next thing, guys, is this little wireless Apple CarPlay receiver right here. Now, in the 2020s and up, this is a 22, the Toyota Tacomas come with wired Apple CarPlay where you have to plug in right here, then actually plug it to your phone to get Apple CarPlay. For $50, you can get this wireless receiver that makes it literally wireless Apple CarPlay. As you can see, I've got my music up, there's my maps, whole 9 yards. This allows, like I said, you don't have to plug it in, it's wireless, you can do whatever with your phone. 50 bucks is a must need for your Tacoma. That's if you have wired Apple CarPlay. Now the next thing on the list is window tint. Now I've got 5% all the way around the truck, 35% windshield with a 5% sunbrow that also drops down to right about here. You don't have to go as dark as me. depending on your state and laws, make sure you follow them, or if you're like me, you don't care, don't follow them. But this is also the Nanocarbon window tint. It is extremely, I wouldn't say extremely expensive, but it's not cheap. This is like the premium stuff you can get for your vehicle, but it allows you to see out like it's almost a regular window. It gets a lot of more light to come in, but when you go on the outside, it's normal tint. You can't see in, especially how dark I have it. This will run you, I did the whole truck all the way around. This will run you about $550-ish. That's when I got mine done. But it is a must. Any vehicle, not just your Tacoma. Now moving up front to lighting. So I've got Fuse LED F1 Plus bulbs here in the low beam and in the high beam and for the fog lights. And then in the back here, I got Fuse LED reverse lights, and I got all the Fuse LED for inside the cab. That will run you for this whole setup that I just showed. That will run you about $450-ish, somewhere around there, but it is extremely bright. They're 10,000 lumens per set of bulbs, and it's a must upgrade for these trucks. The stock headlights, if you have the halogen ones like I did, absolutely are terrible. Must upgrade, guys. Make sure you get those for your 3rd gen. So to add additional lighting to your truck, you can do also an in-grill mounted LED light bar. This one is from Rough Country. The light bar will run you about $300 with the switch and everything. The bracket, can't remember exactly where I got the bracket from, but you can get, just look up 3rd gen Tacoma in-mounted grill light bar bracket, and that ran about $80 for that. But this is about right around about 12,000 lumens of extra lighting right here, and then I ran the switch right up here in the dash right here, so it looks almost factory. You can just like click it. It actually has daytime running light options too, and light bar feature, but that'll run you total about $400 for that. Another great lighting option is the pod LED lights right here. They mount on by where your hood is right here with the bolts underneath to hold your hood on. That's another. So I got these for the spotlights, but one on both sides right here. These will run you actually about $100 plus the switch. I got a different switch than Rough Country will give. It was about $10 or so on Amazon. That goes right here. Again, it looks factory, doesn't look like it's chopped up, looks disgusting, stuff like that. I really like that. So $100, you can get some pod lights for your hood. So that being said, guys, that will total out to about, if I did my math right, which I used a calculator because, you know, we live in an age where we have calculators. That will be right around, depending on how much you pay for the tires, $5,696 to $5,896. Now, you're probably saying trucks and water. That's over $5,000. Yes, it is technically over $5,000, but if you get the basic lift kit for this truck, not the upgraded shocks and all that stuff, you get the basic one, you're looking at $3,946. So actually under $5,000. So you actually have some wiggle room and play with. Now, this is just my say on a perfect daily driver for a Tacoma without braking, like you see on some of these other channels, which is, there's no problem in it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000+ build for a daily driver setup when you don't have to go that expensive. Yes, is the King shocks nice? Is the Fox shocks nice? Of course it is, but 95% of us aren't doing extreme rock crawling, Baja racing, stream overlanding, stuff like that. This will get you in the door to where you can off-road your truck if you need to, rescue somebody if you need to, get through really crappy weather like I did this past winter, and drive it down the road, go to work, drop the kids off at school, whatever. And the truck looks freaking good, and you don't have to worry about having to maintenance parts all the time because it's not that big of a lift kit and that big of tires. Now, that being said, guys, comment down below what your perfect Tacoma daily driver setup is. If you want to make it even cheaper, go with a leveling kit, but if you want to run 33s, you're going to have to do some trim work and stuff like that. The 3.5-inch kit is right at the knife edge to where you don't have to re-gear or worry about tuning your transmission or anything of that nature. And the 33s, after 33s on Tacomas, just on these 3rd gen, you're supposed to re-gear anyways. But that being said, guys, comment down below what you think. I'm really interested to hear what y'all have to say about this, and I want some constructive comments, not just whatever like some people do because they just want to argue, but I want constructive comments. So that being said, guys, if you like this video, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Join the Trucks and Water family. We're constantly growing, changing, and trying new and better things. I hope you all have a great day, and remember, never give up on your dreams.